Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Terminator 2 Secret Weapon Terminator. This is from the Terminator 2 toy line from Kenner from 1991. So the first thing we're going to do is take a close look at the figure. So taking a close look at the figure. So the first thing I noticed with this figure is facially, it's not obviously as accurate to Arnold Schwarzenegger. His face is obviously a lot thicker. Still looks good, but it's not as good as the original one that I've reviewed so far in this series. But he's got his iconic glasses, and he's got his minigun, you know, from the movie. And that's basically where it stops with this figure. I mean, his outfit is like more of a futuristic look. I mean, it's got chains, and it's got spikes on his shoulder pads. I mean, his abs are exposed. It almost looks like a leather S&M outfit. It's really weird, but it does look very good with as far as the molding. The molding in his arms is amazing. It's got really nice, like you can see his veins. I mean, they did a great job with this. His right hand is essentially useless. It's just flat. It doesn't really do anything. Kind of like what the T-1000 figure, which I'll review a little bit later. And then he's got his iconic minigun. And this thing is molded extremely well. I mean, it's got individual barrels. Looks really nice. And it's held in by two pegs on this figure. There's actually two holes in his hand, which are hard to see here, but I did show earlier. It's got two pegs here that actually have to be pushed into the hand. And this is actually my brother's figure, and when we were little, he actually broke it. He broke his original one, so my mom actually went and bought him another one. So you have to be very careful putting this in, but once you push it in, it is not going anywhere. I mean, this gun is not going to go anywhere at all. Alright, moving on to the back. You'll kind of see he has a button on his back. This is where you get the secret weapon feature. So essentially, this button right here, you'll slide it off to the right, and it will open up the figure, and then you slide it to the left, and it will shoot the missile. So we'll kind of demonstrate that here. So we'll push his minigun down. So I'm going to slide it to the right, which is towards us here. It opens up the figure, and you'll see he's got a Terminator face, but it's funny, he's still got his hair, kind of looks funny, and then he's got an open cavity here, and he's got his face folds down, and his shoulder pads with the spikes are actually the missile. So essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to shoot it, and it's going to launch off, and it shoots off. And then when you close it up, you can still close it up without the missile. It just doesn't have like the back part of the shoulder pads. You'll see it's kind of missing, but you can still play with it. It doesn't look funny without having that. And here we have the missile, just to kind of show you what it does. This is like the back half of his shoulder pads. And the same way to put it back in, you would open it up by pushing to the right, and then you just slide it back in. Real straightforward. And this was the T-1000 figure I was talking about, how he's kind of got this flat hand that doesn't do anything. This T-1000 basically has these two flat hands that pretty much do nothing. He has a battle feature that he flicks these missiles out of his back of his calves when you pull his head down, and his hands are pretty much shaped really dumb. He does come with like binoculars, but it's just these flat hands that don't do anything. I wish, like, you know, they would mold them just so they could hold something or do something else. And lastly, here we have a bunch of the figures from the Terminator 2 toy line, just for a size comparison. So you can see this Secret Weapon Terminator is pretty decently proportioned to the other Terminator. I definitely like this Terminator better than the Secret Weapon Terminator. And then this is the T-1000. That's more like a biker cop. And then here we have John Connor. You can definitely see, you know, they look great together. I wish that this Terminator could hold that minigun. It would be much better. I mean, more movie accurate, but still a good Terminator. I mean, they did pretty decent with most of the Terminators. The T-1000s were kind of the ones that they didn't do that great on. But most of the other Terminators have this fat style looking face. You don't get a lot of the other ones looking like this, which is unfortunate because this guy is very movie accurate other than, having his like purple shirt. But, I love the secret weapon Terminator, especially for the minigun. And once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.